Because of why I search the deep through endless nights, no time to sleep. The call inside I can't deny. I'll find the light because of why.
Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to talk about a country that, well, it might not be the first one you think of for a European trip, but maybe it should be. We're asking a big question here. Is Romania really Europe's best-kept secret? Let's dive in and find out.
Okay, so when I say Romania, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Go on, think about it. For a lot of us, it's probably something, straight out of a fairy tale. Or maybe, let's be honest, a horror movie.
And look, you're not wrong. I mean, the whole Dracula legend, inspired by places like the incredible Bran Castle, that's been Romania's calling card for decades. It's this land of misty mountains, Gothic castles, the whole 9 yards. But here's the thing. That's just one tiny piece of a much, much bigger and honestly way more surprising story.
Because this is also Romania. Yep, a country with a skyline that's shooting up, an economy that's absolutely buzzing, and a future that looks, well, incredibly bright. So today, we're going to peel back the layers of myth and legend to get to the heart of the real Romania. All right, first up, let's talk about the stuff that makes you just look. I mean, the absolute foundation of Romania's appeal. This country is, and there's no other way to say it, just stunningly beautiful and overflowing with history.
And the variety is just wow. One day you could be hiking in the rugged Carpathian Mountains. We're talking some of Europe's last true wilderness. And the next, you're exploring the Danube Delta, which is this incredible, unique ecosystem, a total paradise for bird lovers. Or, how about this? You could wander through these perfectly preserved medieval villages like Sighișoara, kick back on the Black Sea coast, or, and this one is wild, visit the Mary Cemetery in Săpunța. Seriously, the headstones there are these colorful, weedy poems celebrating people's lives. How cool is that?
And that right there kind of hits on one of Romania's most fascinating features. You've got these bustling modern cities, right? But you can drive for just a little while and suddenly you're in a place that feels like you've stepped back in time. The countryside has this ancient rhythm to it, where tradition is still a huge part of everyday life. It's that clash, that contrast, that makes it so unforgettable.
Okay, so scenery, history, check. But now we get to the part of the story that might actually blow your mind a little. Let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about how Romania is quietly turning into an absolute economic powerhouse.
Just look at this number, 3.5%. That doesn't sound like a lot, right? But that's the average annual growth of its GDP per person every year for the past 5 years. To put that in perspective, that makes it one of the top 3 fastest growing economies in its entire region. That's some serious momentum. And all that growth adds up. As of last year, Romania officially became the second largest economy in Central and Eastern Europe. Think about that. It actually overtook countries like Czechia, which is a huge deal, by the way, for the first time in modern history. Right now, only Poland is bigger. And if you're wondering just how fast that is on a global scale, check this out. It's like an economic sprint. To get from a GDP per person of $15,000 to $40,000, it took South Korea, the textbook example of an economic miracle, 25 years. Well, it took Romania just 27 years. It's basically running neck and neck with Poland. That's not just good, that's world-class speed.
So yeah, you might see that a country like Bulgaria has a slightly higher growth percentage right now. But here's the key takeaway. Romania is combining that super fast growth with a much, much larger and wealthier economy to begin with. That puts it in a whole different league, a really elite spot in the region.
Okay, so beautiful country, booming economy. That's great. But what does that mean for you? For someone who might actually want to live and work there, especially if you're one of the millions of digital nomads out there. Well, as it turns out, it means a whole lot. I mean, for a digital nomad, Romania is pretty much the dream. They've got a special visa just for remote workers, which is awesome. The cost of living? It's ridiculously low. We're talking a really comfortable life for under €1,000 a month. The internet? We'll get to the internet. And the co-working spaces in the big cities are just booming. It ticks all the boxes. Okay, I was not kidding about the internet. Are you ready for this? Get this. You can get a 1 gigabit per second totally unlimited plan for about €8 a month. 8. No, that is not a typo. We're talking about some of the fastest and cheapest internet on the entire planet. It's literally number 2 for speed in all of Europe.
And that affordability extends to everything. It's just staggering how much further your money goes. I mean, think about it. On average, it's about half the price of living in Italy or Germany. And if you're coming from somewhere like Denmark, it's 3 times cheaper. For anyone earning a salary from another country, that is an absolute game changer.
So when you mix that amazing lifestyle with all that economic firepower, what you get a magnet. A magnet for smart people, for talent, and for huge opportunities. The job market there is strong, and it is hungry for skilled professionals.
And if you need just one symbol of Romania's modern ambition, just look at this. The Palace of the Parliament in Bucharest. This thing is the heaviest building on the planet. And it's the second biggest government building in the world, right after the Pentagon. It's not just a building, it's this massive, colossal statement about what the country is capable of. And that ambition is what's fueling this incredible job market. There's a huge demand for people with skills, especially in things like IT, engineering, healthcare, data science, you name it. And we're not just talking about jobs, we're talking about real careers, right at the cutting edge of the global economy.
In fact, there's a new nickname floating around, the Silicon Valley of Eastern Europe. And it's not just hype. You've got cities like Cluj-Napoca, Iași, and Timișoara that are just exploding as major tech hubs. They're pulling in international money and have this awesome, vibrant startup scene. That right there is the engine driving so much of the success.
Okay, let's recap. We've got incredible natural beauty, a rock-star economy, an amazing lifestyle, a hot job market. Sounds pretty perfect, right? But there's one more really important question we have to tackle before we can really make the call.
And that question is it safe? Well, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's look at the facts. The U.S. Department of State gives Romania a Level 1 travel advisory. That is the lowest, safest category there is. It's the same level they give to places like Japan, Ireland, and Sweden. You can't really get a more powerful, objective thumbs up than that.
So let's put all the pieces together, shall we? You've got breathtaking scenery and deep history. You've got an economy that's an absolute superstar. You've got an affordable quality of life that is just off the charts. A modern, high-tech job market, and on top of it all, it's a safe and welcoming place. I mean, the case is pretty strong, isn't it?
Which brings us all the way back to where we started. It's pretty clear that Romania is so much more than the old stereotypes of Dracula and haunted castles. It's a dynamic, modern, and genuinely exciting place to be. So maybe the real question is, isn't it time we all got to know the real Romania?
And that's a wrap on our look at Romania. Hey, if you learned something new or found this interesting, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. But I really want to know what you think. Has this put Romania on your map? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one.
Because of why I search the deep through endless nights, no time to sleep. The call inside I can't deny. I'll find the light because of why.